Hey friend, welcome back to Stay at Home Mom to Work at Home Mom TV. I'm Sharon, I'm a virtual assistant, and it's my mission to help other moms find ways to find meaningful work online. It is possible, I've done it. If I can do it, you can do it. So what I'm starting today is the Virtual Assistant Toolkit Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I'm going to be your tour guide as I show you different tools and resources that are available online to help virtual assistants. There are also tools that you'll use a lot with clients when you start working as a virtual assistant. So today we're going to start with the big one, my number one platform that helped me build my business as I was just getting started as a virtual assistant. It's called Upwork, and it's a platform where freelancers can connect with business owners to offer their services. When I first started, when I got on, it was so overwhelming, so confusing that I almost quit before I even got started. I don't want that to happen to you. So what I'm going to do is walk you through it and show you how simple it is to look for jobs on Upwork that use skills that you already have. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to be an experienced graphic designer or have a lot of technical skills. You just have to look for jobs that are a good fit for you. So are you ready to begin? Cool. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a notepad. You're gonna wanna take notes on this because I'm gonna be providing you with a lot of information and some really good tips. And at the end, if you still have some questions or you wanna connect with me or get some feedback, hop on over to Facebook, to the Stay at Home Mom Squad Facebook group. That's SAHM Squad Facebook group. That's going to be your tribe for supporting you as you're starting in this journey. All right, well, let's get started. We're going to dive into Upwork. All right, y'all, welcome to Upwork. This is what it looks like when you log in after you have gone through the process of getting your account verified and getting signed up for Upwork. So this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to take you through and show you some of the different features. So when you first log in, it's going to show you different jobs based on categories that you've chosen. So let's go through and look at some of those categories. You can do everything from software development, IT, writing, translation, legal, admin support, customer service, sales and marketing, and accounting. So somewhere in there, you have the skills to do these jobs. I promise you, you can find something that works for you. So this is kind of, my wheelhouse here is being a virtual assistant, doing social media marketing, and doing some email marketing. So what it's going to show me is jobs in that realm. I've got verified as US only. I definitely recommend doing that. I think all you have to do is submit a photo of your driver's license, and that's going to make you eligible for a lot more jobs and a lot more high-paying jobs. So let me take you through to my profile. All right, so here's my profile. It's a little out of date. I've mostly moved off of Upwork, and I'm working mostly from referrals and really just focusing on my core clients. But Upwork was so fantastic when I was first getting started. So you can see I use kind of a eye-catching headline. I go into a little bit about what I do. I personally honed in on a niche pretty soon after I got started because I found it helped me find more high-quality clients and helped me feel like I was creating more of a serious business than just kind of taking odd jobs. But it's totally fine to do that at first to get your feet wet and to get the ball rolling. So this was important. I listed all of the different programs that I've used. And just a little hint, I am not an expert in a lot of these programs, but I've used them and I know that if I needed to learn to do more in them, that the tools were available for me online. So I felt comfortable putting them in my profile. So it kind of just shows all of the different services that I offer. This is key. Put a video on your profile. After I did this, I started getting offers for every single proposal that I submitted on the site. It makes a huge difference when they can see your face, you can tell them what's important to you, and you can tell about the way that you work and your goals and things like that. It was a game changer. Definitely add a profile video. And what I did was I uploaded it as a private video or an unlisted video to YouTube and then added it here. You can put your hourly rate, and then it shows how much you've earned on the site, how many jobs you've had, how many hours you've worked. So the great thing about Upwork is that you and your client are totally protected. Everything's documented. You guys are all good, but there are some limitations to working on Upwork. They do take 20% of what you make, which is a big cut when you're making $25 an hour. That's $5 an hour that they're taking. So what I did with most of my clients is I found them on Upwork, and then we eventually, or started right away, just going separate from the platform. So we use it as a place to meet each other. And once we gained that trust, we stepped away from the Upwork platform so that we had a little bit more flexibility, and so that there weren't so many fees involved. So what you see here is just a few of the jobs I've done. I've done tons of jobs on Upwork, but most of them I didn't end up tracking my time or getting paid through Upwork. So it's kind of up to you how you want to handle that. And then, it shows they can leave you reviews, which is nice so that your future clients can see that other people had a positive experience with you. Thanks, Jake. Friendly and hardworking. Glad she was out with my team for a bit. He was nice. He was doing e-commerce, and I was just kind of helping to manage, to find keywords for him to use on his Amazon listings. It was a really easy job, but I used it kind of as filler between clients before I was finding my next life coaching client, which is my niche and my passion. But there's always jobs available, so you can always pick up other stuff. So here's my portfolio. It's definitely out of date. You want to put anything and everything that you can on here. If you have never made graphics, if you don't have any blogs, if you don't have any samples, make some and put them on here. And I'll go into more of that later. I'll let you know great ways to build your profile when you don't have any experience. Another key thing, they have free tests on Upwork that you can take to verify your skills. So I took a virtual assistant skills test, an internet marketing test, and an English spelling test. And believe it or not, these make a big difference for people to see that. So what do you do when you're looking for a job? Let's find a job. Okay, so let's look at personal assistant category. Aha. You know what? To make it even less daunting, I'm going to put the experience level as entry level. And a little word on the experience level. Sometimes the experience level is not so much the level of experience they want, but how much they want to pay you. So a lot of times there are jobs under the expert level that are more entry-level jobs, but they're just looking for a quality person to complete the tasks and someone that will be with them for a long time, and so they'll pay more money for that. It's not necessarily that you need expert skills or need a lot of experience. So don't sell yourself short, and don't feel like you only have to look at entry-level jobs, because a lot of times those jobs are not going to pay very much. Let's see. This one looks good. So virtual receptionist and assistant, US only. So they're looking for someone to handle incoming phone calls and project management, which is easier than it sounds. Like you don't have to have a ton of experience to be able to manage projects. Cool. So looks like a pretty simple job. So this is important. Sometimes they'll ask you like very specific questions here to make sure that you're paying attention to the details and make sure that you are submitting personalized proposals for the jobs. That is so important. Do not copy and paste and use the same proposal for each client. They'll see right through it. They won't be interested in working with you if you're just copying and pasting proposals. So make sure you pay attention to any questions that they ask and anything like that. So they said, are you a cat or a dog person? So you definitely want to answer that question with humor and professionalism. And then here it says how much activity they've had on the job. So they've had 5 to 10 proposals, which is decent. That's not a huge amount. You still have a good chance of landing that job. And you can see that they're already interviewing. Once you see that they're already interviewing 4 people, it might not be worth your time to apply for the job, just because they've already invested a lot of time into, hiring people. So here you can also see reviews from people that have worked from them and for them in the past, and they all look very positive. But you will notice that they did not pay them very much. That's why it's listed as an entry-level job. So, so here you can also see the bid range. So this is what other freelancers are bidding. Some freelancers are bidding as high as $40. Some are bidding as low as $6. The average is $16, which is decent for a simple job like this. So if you're like, well, this sounds good, I have the skills to do this, I feel confident to do this, then you're going to submit a proposal. All right, so it's going to ask you how much you'd like to bid for the job. And a good way to decide what that is to look at the average hourly rate and not go too much higher or too much lower than that. So people were bidding around $16. You should probably bid around $16. They might go with, especially for the entry-level jobs, they might go with the lowest bidder, but don't sell yourself short. Like, you can ask for whatever you think you're worth, but it's okay to take lower paying jobs as you're getting started. And then here you can see, your hourly rate minus the 20% Upwork service fee. So my hourly rate goes to from $32 an hour to $25 an hour, which is why I've, for the most part, moved away from Upwork. And then this is where you'll enter all of your information. Your cover letter, make it simple, make it quick, make sure it's very, very specific to the job posting, that you're referencing exactly what they're asking for, that you're not being overly flowery, keep it succinct, and just show them that you're paying attention to detail. Make sure to answer all of the questions. And then this is where this is always a really important thing to do too. You can upload files that show work that you've done that's relevant to their job posting. So that is key, especially for any kind of social media management, writing, any job where you can provide a sample. It's a good thing to do. So that kind of shows you Upwork. It's very simple and basic. I'm going to go way more into detail and all of this stuff with you guys at a later date. I just wanted to give you an overview of how it works. A lot of people are very overwhelmed when they first start on Upwork, and they don't see how they're ever gonna, break out of making very low hourly rates. But my advice to you, get in there, maybe take one of the lower paying jobs to get your confidence up, to get the ball rolling, And then, start learning how to market yourself and find those higher paying jobs and find clients that you really love and connect with, which is exactly what I've done. When I first started, I found jobs on Upwork where I worked for a lady that owned a dental drill repair company. I worked for a lady that was designing prep courses for auto mechanics. So things that, I wasn't necessarily passionate about, but I knew that I was taking the steps to build my experience and to eventually get into work that I really loved. So this is a great place to start. Um, Head on over to the Facebook group if you want to ask me any questions. I bet you have some because there's a lot of information here. Like I'm looking at it right now through your eyes, seeing this for the first time, and it's a lot. But I'm here to support you. So just pop on over to Stay at Home Mom Squad, SAHM Squad, on the Facebook group, and I'll help you out. All right? Have an awesome day. Bye.